Level 2. Practice Test Module 3 Smog Inspector License. If you like this material and would like to see more, or if you think it can be improved, please leave a comment in the YouTube comment section. Let's start question number 31. When a smog shop is located near a military base, an active military person may seek a smog check. Which of the following is true regarding a smog check for the military person? The vehicle is not going to be registered in California. A. If the vehicle fails the smog test, the military person is eligible for repair cost waiver. B. If the vehicle fails the smog check, the military person is eligible for an economic hardship extension. C. If the vehicle passes a smog inspection in their state, the vehicle needs not be smog tested. D. If the vehicle passes the smog check, a certificate is not issued. The correct answer is D. If the vehicle passes the smog check, a certificate is not issued. Question number 32. Which of the following vehicles do not need a B.A.R. Bureau of Automotive Repair label? A. Kit cars. B. Gray market cars. C. Cars with an engine that has been changed but offered that year for that model by the manufacturer. D. Cars with engines that were not offered that year by the manufacturer. The correct answer is C. Cars with an engine that has been changed but offered that year for that model by the manufacturer. Question number 33. When a licensed smog technician repairs emission control systems before a smog inspection is done, what must the technician do when conducting the smog test? A. Assure the customer the vehicle will now pass. B. Perform an after-repair test. C. Conduct the test as normal as no repairs were done. D. List the repairs in the EIS when prompted to do so. The correct answer is D. List the repairs in the EIS when prompted to do so. Question number 34. What should the technician do when the VIN has more than 17 characters listed on the registration for the vehicle? A. Only enter the first 10 characters. B. Only enter the last 17 characters. C. List the 5 digits on the VIN from the left. D. List the last 17 characters of the VIN. The correct answer is D. List the last 17 characters. Question number 35. When the technician does the visual inspection of the vehicle, the A.I.R. system does not have a belt. How should the technician proceed? A. Enter A.I.R. missing. B. Enter A.I.R. modified. C. Enter A.I.R. defective. D. Enter A.I.R. as N.A. The correct answer is A. Enter the A.I.R. missing. Question number 36. When the technician does a visual inspection of the vehicle, it is noticed the E.G.R. vacuum hose has a crack in it. How should the technician enter this finding into the EIS machine? A. Enter E.G.R. as disconnected. B. Enter E.G.R. as defective. C. Enter E.G.R. as modified. D. Enter E.G.R. pass. The correct answer is B. Enter E.G.R. as defective. Question number 37. When the technician does a visual inspection of the vehicle, it is noticed the purge hose is there but not connected to the evap canister. How should the technician enter this finding into the EIS machine? A. Enter evap as inoperative. B. Enter evap as disconnected. C. Enter evap as modified. D. Enter evap as missing. The correct answer is B. Enter evap as disconnected. Question number 38. What should the technician enter into the EIS machine when it noticed the oil dipstick missing from the vehicle? A. Enter E.G.R missing. B. Enter PCV missing. C. Enter evap missing. D. Enter missing in the other category. The correct answer is B. Enter PCV missing. Question number 39. When the gas cap is missing on the vehicle being smog checked, how should the technician enter the observation into the EIS machine? A. Enter under evap missing. B. Enter the TAC as modified. C. Enter the A.I.R as missing. D. Enter missing in the others category. The correct answer is A. Enter under evap missing. Question number 40. Which of the following is true regarding the A.S.M testing of a motor home? A. If the motor home is listed as 8400 GVWR, and it fits on the dyno, it must be A.S.M tested. B. If the motor home fits on the dyno, it must be A.S.M tested. C. If the motor home has dual wheel drive, it cannot be A.S.M tested. D. If the motor home is over 10,000 pounds, it must be tested on the A.S.M. The correct answer is A. If the motor home is listed as 8400 GVWR, and it fits on the dyno, it must be A.S.M tested. Question number 41. What ambient temperature determines when an approved fan must be used? A. 64 degrees. B. 70 degrees. C. 80 degrees. D. 72 degrees. The correct answer is D. 72 degrees. Question number 42. What is the maximum drive axle weight allowed during an A.S.M test? A. 5,000 pounds. B. 3,000 pounds. C. 5,500 pounds. D. 8,500 pounds. The correct answer is A. 5,000 IBS. Question number 43. When performing an A.S.M test on a manual transmission, which gear should the test be performed in? A. First gear. B. Third gear. C. Second gear. D. Fourth gear. The correct answer is C. Second gear. Question number 44. What is the maximum timing allowed on a vehicle that lists the base timing at 8 degrees plus or minus 3 degrees? A. 10 degrees. B. 8 degrees. C. 13 degrees. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. 13 degrees. Question number 45. When a new federally certified vehicle is in the smog station for an initial registration smog check, how new and how many miles on the vehicle will require a certificate of non-compliance to be issued if the vehicle passes? A. Less than 3 years old and less than 7,500 miles. B. Less than 4 years old and less than 8,000 miles. C. Less than 5 years old and less than 8,500 miles. D. less than 6 years old and less than 9,500 miles. The correct answer is A. Less than 3 years old and less than 7,500 miles. Question number 46. How long and how many miles does the federal emissions warranty apply to 1995 and later vehicles' catalytic converters and P.C.M.? A. 8 years and 80,000 miles. B. 6 years and 60,000 miles. C. 4 years and 50,000 miles. D. 3 years and 40,000 miles. The correct answer is A. 8 years and 80,000 miles. Question number 47. What type of emissions repairs may a non-licensed automotive repair dealer perform for compensation? A. A non-licensed ARD may do any emissions repair. B. Any repairs not requiring a dyno. C. A non-licensed ARD may not do any emissions repair. D. They may repair any emissions problems on a non-computer vehicle. The correct answer is C. A non-licensed ARD may not do any emissions repair. Question number 48. Which emissions repairs must be done first? A. Any tampered emission control system. B. Any NOx causing problem. C. Any defective emissions control system. D. Any of the above. The correct answer is A. Any tampered emission control. Question number 49. When conducting a TSI smog inspection, how should the technician test the E.G.R for proper functioning? A. Applied ported vacuum to the valve and look a reduction in the RPM speed. B. Use an approved dyno to test the E.G.R valve. C. Follow manufacturer's testing procedures. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. Follow manufacturer testing procedures. Question number 50. Which of the following can increase NOx emissions? A. A rich air, fuel mixture. B. Over advanced timing. C. Defective A.I.R system. D. Defective PCV. The correct answer is B. Over advanced timing. Thank you for watching.